So last night I did a little video live. It's the first time I've done live on this channel the way it is now. I did it with my cell phone instead of on my PC, and it didn't come out very good. And it didn't actually upload to my videos, so I'm going to reshoot it. And we're just going over this little 511 Skyweight chest pack. I've never had a chest pack before. I'm back in a motel once or twice a year. I'll get a motel room. I drive a day cab truck, and I camp out in that day cab truck every night. I got a cooler in between the seats. I throw a comforter across the cooler and I lay out across the seats. But like I said, once or twice I'll get a motel room. And my best performing video ever, the one that got like 20,000 views from you guys, was from a motel room. But I figured I'd try it again. Anyway, let's do this little 511 Skyweight utility backpack. Utility chest pack, I'm sorry. Like I said, I've never had a chest pack before. The way I've got it configured right now, all of the straps are just folded up in this little area right here. A belt can go through here, so this could turn more into a fanny pack. There are little attachments on it right here, so you could carry it more like people carry a pocketbook, or you could strap it over your shoulder to have a one-strap bag. It's not really meant to be tactical. There's no way to attach it directly onto a plate carrier or anything like that. It looks just more like your day hiker typical stuff. There is, for the new system, the 511 come out, when they replaced their slick sticks, this long rubber pieces that you just snatch. And as you can see, it's very small. It's like the MOLLE and the webbing and everything. It is totally usable there. That was done on purpose, I believe. These are sold right side by side, so you can have a separate first aid kit right there with it, because that is the 511, the small version of their IFAC. But to this pack, when I did the live version last night, 2 people showed up. And one of them, I can't remember exactly, I had to delete it because my channel was screwed up. Said that they had been on the fence about chest packs, and I just wanted to say that this thing, I've worn it once around the house. I haven't been out in the heat, sweating, walking through the woods. It felt really kind of unnatural on my chest. I'm not going to make the mistake that I made with the 72, because like the 72 over there, this is not a cloth material. It is going to stretch and relax over time. Where it fits on your chest is going to be determined by your body weight, because there are 4 points of adjustment on it, but you've only got so much material to work with. So let me go ahead and pull this out. This is going to be the piece that goes over your back, and it is slightly cushioned. It does have this fishnet type material on it to allow air to come through. Under these, I guess, Ranger bands, I don't know what people call them, Ranger bands, but there is quite a bit of material for even your big kids here to adjust this out. One thing I don't like is the way that they had it wrapped. They don't really lock. If you don't know up front that when you have just a simple buckle like this and it goes through, and when it's just a plastic buckle and you back it up and this is hanging out the front here, let me get it, if it ain't gonna turn sideways. I've done started now. All of this would be hanging down in the front, and it would snatch out because it just goes through there once. We wrap this back up and over, go through the top there, and that puts a positive stop on these little plastic buckles like they've got in there. On the side here, on the paperwork that I got with it, they just called this the mechanical lock. So you just grab these, you push it, it pops right out. It's all plastic. and they've made a little spring in there. When I first got it, I was trying to pry up on them because I didn't bother reading the instructions, and I was trying to pry up on them because it looks like your Weatherhead automotive quick connect fasteners, but there is no prying up on them. You just press it, bring it back out, it locks in. There's an outside compartment here. It's really kind of useless, I think. I'm sure there's a reason for it. I just don't know what it is. You can put some stuff in it, but it's going to stretch over time. It's going to become floppy because they put this in trucks when they want to partition off your overhead section, and you want to put stuff in there. And as these things stretch, they always just end up flopping down like that. And without there being shock cord in there, in a truck, you can always just grab the shock cord, pull it out, put an overhand loop in it, and it tightens it back up. But there's no way to do that on here. Why would you use this thing? In the configuration with that on it, it was barely over 3 pounds. And I do have enough stuff in here to survive for 2 or 3 days. I said survive. I didn't say do well. I didn't say gain weight. I didn't say anything. At 3 pounds, you could put this, if you have a child and you want to take them on a hike, you could put this on your child. It's not going to be overburdening for them, and they can feel like they're part of the adventure, and they're carrying, mission critical parts here, because like I said, you can get quite a bit of stuff in here. This wouldn't even be too much weight for your dog. All right, continuing on. The back of it is raised here, but as you can see looking down it here, once you've got it full up, which I'm hoping this material will stretch a little bit more, it is sort of convex on the out. So basically what's touching you is this middle strip right here, but that's because I have it shoved full of crap right now. So like I said, 5'11", Skyweight utility chest pack. So we saw the first bandages right up here. This will go in and it just pushes it out even more. So right now I'm just relaxing, letting it relax, let it do its thing. First little compartment here, nothing major, just easy access. I have a Black Diamond headlamp. Black Diamond did come out like the Core Petzl, and there is a battery that will fit this that's rechargeable, or you can put AAA's into it. Unlike my Core, I have not spent the money on the Black Diamond to get that rechargeable battery yet. I may not, I don't know. Alright, so open it up. It actually opens up fairly wide mouth here, as you can see. So first things first, let's just say we're lost, we're stuck, we're going to be stuck for 2 days. Signaling, got something to signal with in here, and this bandana, pre-filtered water. It does have, this particular bandana has all sorts of instructions on it, survival tips, things like that to help you out. I went and bought a separate Sawyer set. So this right here contains the water. It comes with your Sawyer minis. If you wanted to dip it into a stream, you just put this over it, fill this little 1 liter bag up, and your cotton bandana is going to keep most of the sticks, rocks, and mud and stuff out. I have some small band-aids. Well, these are actually larger band-aids for like ankles and stuff. If you start getting blisters, some alcohol swabs, the actual Sawyer, new one. Always make sure when you got a Sawyer that you keep up with this right here, because these are not sealed in and that will come out. Now that thing fits right directly on top of a Pepsi or Coke or Sprite bottle. It fits directly on top of that. So that's why I choose the Sawyer. I have some reflective paracord with just a cheap carabiner here. I mean, it just come on something I bought at a truck stop. It's not rated for anything. Combat Quick Clot. I actually had to break into this today. I delivered out in the middle of nowhere in Texas, and they had a bathroom, but they didn't have any toilet paper, so I decided to go ahead and eat up one of my MREs for dinner, and I'll replace it now with this one because it does have the toilet paper in it and an extra pack of matches. So that'll go back in here now. I have a K-bar neck knife, and I do apologize for starting the filming on this with the camera turned upwise. It does suck. You have to watch it, but this does cheap K-bar neck knife. I can't, maybe you can see the name there, BK. Just really thin, really lightweight neck knife down in there. My Sun2 compass. This little thing here is sort of rigid. And it has 2 pockets in it. This is a harder material, and it's sewn up the edge with the webbing that goes across it to put your holster if you're doing a concealed carry. Sort of rigid, so it's a good divider. But my little Sun2 compass here is sharp on the edges, and I was worried about it wearing the material and coming through it, so I'll keep that down inside of there. Another fire starter. This is your Fresnel lens. It's a magnifying glass or a fire starter. Anything else down in there? There's something else down in there. Signal mirror. That was all down in this one little divider compartment right here. This is something that I put in here because if you're carrying a water bottle with you, just water sucks, I think. I really do. I wouldn't use these with the Sawyer filter. It would have to be under boiled water because I wouldn't want to clogging up my Sawyer filter. But I got a couple of caffeinated Crystal Light grape drinks. One of the worst things in the Army is showing up to a school and you can't smoke, or you can't have Pepsi or coffee or anything like that. For a couple of days your head is banging and you are jonesing as you're getting, the nicotine and the caffeine coming out of your system. You ought to think about having some of this caffeinated stuff. If you're a big coffee drinker, having some of this caffeinated stuff in your kit, because I'm telling you, after 2 days coming off the caffeine, it's a headbanger. Ibuprofen, some Benadryl, some electrolytes. These are the Noon electrolytes, and this bag here is also for water storage. You can collect up water, and it measures the water for you. 12 ounces, 8 ounces, 6 ounces. These come in the MREs also. And I've got some wet wipes and some more alcohol pads in there. Alright, I have a fire starter and this is the Calulume, the military version of the glow stick. This thing puts off a lot of light. I believe this one is actually the white. And for like 16 hours, it will put off like white light. Just bright, 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 bright. It'll light up your whole campsite. You got to bury the thing if you don't want to be seen. Decent ferrocerium rod. Mylar space blanket. A little bit of shelter from the weather with a little cheap poncho. I think that's everything in there. And there's one more package back here, one more compartment. If I can get to it, and I believe this was supposed to be the actual concealed carry compartment. It does have a little thing to hang your keys on, just cheap. They put that on everything now, everybody does. To go with this covering, if you fall down and skin up, or if you have an actual legitimate hole in yourself, bandage, you can clean out the holes with the iodine swabs. I did a video on the occlusive gauze with the Bactrin in it, which is the antimicrobial. You can get 3 or 4 breakfast bars back there. All of this, including the IFAK, the flashlight, the pen, shears, everything that's in my IFAK that we've been over before. Cat tourniquet, The gloves, there is another better quality thermal blanket in here. There's another pressure dressing, and there's another pack of Quick Clock way down in there, and then there's also a regular gauze bandage down in there. So we've got all of this at just over 3 pounds. And this thing is, I'm going to show you the size of it so you can have it. That's just a regular baseball cap right there, to kind of give you an idea. So yeah, chest pack, put this stuff, lighten your regular pack up, feel safe going for a walk once you've made camp somewhere. And you can configure it however you want. I just configure it for what I know I will need. I'm already a little bit overweight, so it wouldn't hurt me to lose some weight. But you know, one of these in the morning, one of these at night, that gives me a full day. I don't actually eat that much. My weight comes from sitting in a truck smoking cigarettes and drinking Pepsi all day long. But yeah, like I said, it's something to think about instead of that big pack. And like I said, now you can get a belt through here. It's got a separate space. It's got 2 spaces down in there. Your belt, like your regular hip belt that I wear, can go through this. That'll keep it from flopping around and everything. Or it unvelcros, and you can get it through a wider hip belt, like would be on this type right here. I'm like 100% sure that you could put that thing on the side of your 511 here. That's what happens when you stick with one particular company. They've made their stuff modular, so everything works together if it's a good quality company. But yeah, like I said, check it out. It wasn't but 60 bucks. And one thing that was noticeable on it, and the last thing, this was 511's green color for a long time. This material here on the outside is the same color, but this ripstop material that they have here, this new one, is infinitely more lighter. They changed their colors up according to 511. I think it's maybe just because it's a different material. So to me, this is more of a loam green, where this is more of your Ranger green. But yeah, that's it. That's the 511. I'm sure there's more to it than what I've went over here, but I just wanted to get it out to you. Pretty quality little piece. Like I said, it's a little weird to wear the first time, but I've never worn a chest pack. All right, thank you.